Hello, it's been a while. It is Tuesday, February 14th, 2023. And I know there's been a lot going on. Um, and I just haven't had the energy to care to comment on it. It's been too much. Um, but I want to just point out something today that I thought was very funny on the television program The View. Um, Ali Wentworth was a guest. And as soon as it was announced she was a guest, I was like, God, Ali Wentworth is so great. Why she should be considered to be on this panel? And I thought, maybe when Joy decides she's finally going to, laugh her way off into the sunset, Ali Wentworth could fill that spot. It's just she's just like a natural at all this kind of stuff, and she's freaking hilarious, and very smart, and has a lot of opinions and a lot of experience. She'd be great as sort of part of the comic relief element of the program. And then she gets out there, and one of the first stories she tells is about Barbara Walters, who was asking her to be on the program, apparently at some time in the past, and she declined it because she. I guess I'm inferring from what she said about the amount of things that she, is a big mouth and let's go, that she would probably reveal too much of her personal life that was comfortable for her or George, her husband. Um, but then she said, as she was describing this new television program about parenting styles, which, by the way, looks just like god awful. Of course, it's going to turn into weird therapy. I don't want to watch a bunch of people fucking up their children. We get to see the results of that every day by interacting with adults. Um, anyway, she said, I thought it would kind of be like this show, meaning The View, where um, oh shit, now I lost the quote. Um, uh, what did she say? She didn't say wing it. Um, oh, where she's doing, yeah, she said, I thought it would be like this show where you just kind of phone it in and tell jokes. Um, and I think that she meant, I don't know what she meant, but I did see Joy's face just sort of stop for a second, and then she laughed, and Allie kept going, and nobody really mentioned it or talked about it, or, um, uh, but it's like, I would love to know what the conversation was after the show when those women, go back to their and have their little post show meeting. It's like, I because I wonder how much they think that people don't believe that that's what that show is. They, phone it in and tell jokes. Yeah, they do some research, and they come up with their talking points based on whatever the hot topics are going to be that day. You all see them with their little cards, and somebody does research for them. They all have their own little producers to do things, and they, pitch ideas about what they want to talk about and crap. And it is I would love to know what the process is for what they decide to talk about on that program. But, uh, I wonder if they realize that a lot of people think that they just, you know, phone it in and tell jokes. And I have a feeling that depending on who the person was, um, that that could be enough for almost every day. I mean, I think, um, you know, uh, Joy has gotten in the habit of creating cards for herself and doing research because I think she got tired of getting caught off guard by all of Meghan McCain's stupid, nitpicky bullshit research that she did, um, with statistics and poll numbers and crap, just to drive home points that didn't make any sense anyway. Uh, but um, yeah, I'm waiting to see what kind of reaction, if there is any reaction from that at all, that they get, because I found it hilarious. Um, the other thing that I think is hilarious, no pun intended, is all this panic about um, the shit that's getting shot down from the sky. Um, Anybody who thinks that the military hasn't been shooting shit out of the sky and not telling us for decades, is I think highly naive. Of course that's been going on. Of course we don't ever hear about it, because then we're going to hear all this stupid panic about aliens and no, 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 which is actually happening right now, where the White House has to make a statement about there not being any aliens. Although, do we know if there are any? Um, so like all of that, the whole avoidance of all that crap, um, has been sort of, I think, by both parties, pretty adhered to. And now, the Republicans decided to make a big deal out of this one um, uh, Chinese balloon to try to make Biden look not strong. And now we're going to have to hear about every goddamn thing that's in the sky. And that's just going to make the nutters go even nuttier. So that's fun. And then the other one piece of news today, uh, Dianne Feinstein announced that she is not going to run for re-election in 24. Um, I don't know how she could have even thought she was going to run for re-election in 24. I don't even think she knows where she is. Not to make light of anyone's, aging memory or to make light of dementia, but I think she probably hung on a term too long. So it's good that she's stepping down. I kind of almost wish that she would retire and Gavin Newsom could appoint somebody, or there could be a special election, however that works, so that you know. But at least now that gives Katie Porter and Adam Schiff, I think, are both going to run um, as Democrats to try to get that seat. So you know what? I'd be happy with either one of them, but I don't want either one to lose their seat in the House either because they're great legislators. So uh, you know, however it works out, great for California, good for the Senate. Yay!